do you remember me? Yes, I am going to be speaking English because I have to practice for my ITEP exam. So let's start the dynamic. I didn't forgot. I didn't forget to make the videos that I set for that book that I sent you. But I I don't know how to say it. Oh my god, it's difficult to speak in English and use all the words that you want to use. But it's not like I didn't want to do it, but I didn't want to do it. I don't know how to say it in English, but this is doesn't matter. Okay, let's start. So I'm going to speak about this book that is called Asinoes, or in English, it's not like that. Okay, it's a book written by Billy Rios and Roy Campos. It's a really interesting book. Oh my god, English is blocking me to speak about that. It is about some myths that the most of the Mexicans believe. There are some things that I don't agree, but most of the things I agree with, so I'm going to share that opinions. Basically, there are 12 myths that this book um on reveal. I don't know how to say if myths that on myth. I don't know what's the verb there, but let's let's check it. Let's check it out. Okay. The first myth is. Wait a second. I'm going to look for this. It's not in the in the page in that page that I was saying in the index. Let's. It's here. Okay. Okay. The first myth is. I don't know how to say that. Increasing the salary uh is not useful. Let's take it like that. Increasing the salary is not useful. That's the first myth, and it says that it is completely wrong. Why? Because there are some areas in Mexico in the frontier when we can see that the salary has increased almost twice, and and inflation. I don't know if that word is correct, but an inflation didn't increase. So, in conclusion, there are there is no data to say that inflation increase. Uh, sorry, that increasing the salaries increase inflation. It doesn't work like that. It says that that yes, it's true that that improving salary, talking about the minimum salary, will increase inflation, but only a little bit that is going to be imperceptible. I don't know how to say it, but you cannot see it. and and that's the first thing, that salary that is not true. And there are data that it says that it's not true, and that's the case that happened in the frontier, but in all Mexico it happened almost the same. Um, not it hasn't the salary hasn't increased twice. The salary hasn't increased twice, yeah, but it has increased. So we have to consider that too, and we can see that the inflation is not like the the minimum salary increasement. In I don't know, I have to learn, but but it say that, yeah, and I agree with that. I agree. Actually, it says that it's better if we increase the minimum salary. I don't know if that's the word in English for that, because if you increase the minimum salary, the big companies has to pay more to people who are eventually, doesn't matter, who are winning, earning, earning the the minimum salary, and that's great because most of Mexicans earns almost the minimum salary. So let's see the next one. Okay. The next one is we're not racists. I really don't remember what the book says about that. What the book said about that in that chapter, but because I don't remember because it was not interesting for me because I already know that we're not that yeah we are racist. We actually we do are racists. Yeah, I am remembering. So the book says that there are studies that confirm that in Mexico, some people that are darker, we can say, can we say that? Yeah, that are darker than others, especially in women, are less probable to get mm, a job. Yeah, to get a job. So it says that. I don't know if there's another thing, but substantially, I agree with that. That it's and there is data, there are studies, so I think so. I think that it is correct. And it also says about other behaviors that Mexicans have with darker people. So the next myth is when the economy grows, the poverty reduces. I don't know if that's correct to say, but when the economy grows grows, the poverty reduces. Yeah. Okay. It says that because I don't remember the examples, but I agree with that. I agree with that too, because we can say that oh my god the economy is growing and poverty is going to reduce, but that's not correct because having the economy growing doesn't mean that that growment that I don't know how to say the word, but that money are going to be for the most poor. Poor, is that correct? I don't know. For people that are in poverty. So we have to consider that because Mexico it's a really unequal country and most of the incomes that come to Mexico, most of that economy growth um, goes to that uh, part of the cake. Slide of the cake goes to them and not for ordinary people. And that's the problem. And then we have here that the inequality doesn't matter. That's the next myth. The inequality doesn't matter. I I agree with that myth. No. I don't agree with that myth, but I agree that it is a myth that inequality matters. Um, why do they say that? Because there are some people, especially, yeah, especially rich people think that, and that's really preoccupant. I don't know if that word is used in English, but it's something that we have to care about. Because inequality from and it says that the libro oh my god I am mixing Spanish. The book says that here I don't remember where it was the last yeah the last chapter says that most of Mexicans and we can see here that most of Mexicans don't think like that, but the real problem is that Mexicans that are in in the in a higher that has higher incomes. I don't know how to say, but that are not power is I don't know if power is correct, but uh, how do I let's check it. Let's check it in Google. How do I say power? How do I say pobre in English? How do you say poor? Oh my, oh no, poor. Oh my English. I have to improve my English, and I have to improve my. I have to improve when I am looking for words that I already know what do they mean, what they mean, because there is it's not because it's not a question. It's a sentence. So poor people, people that are not poor, people that are rich. I have to improve my language when I am communicating my ideas. It's really important that. So here it says that inequality doesn't matter, and I think that inequality matter. And the book says that if inequality reduces, if inequality reduces, poverty reduces. The problem is that some rich people think that, and they think that poor people only think that poverty matter because of envy. I think that yeah, envy is is an English word because of envy, and I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. So let's go to the next myth. The social program no, who receives social programs waste in waste it in silly things and stop working. Okay, this is really interesting. This is really interesting because I would say that I agree with the myth. Not that not that I agree not that I agree about it is a myth, but I agree with the myth. You catched it. So I could say that, but here, according to this data, it's not real, and it's interesting because some of my partners in my university do that. So I really do not know. Another thing is that I could be biased, and that's the thing with that myths. I think because we could be biased and we could not be thinking about all the problem with the real data, only about our view of the world. And I think that that is a real problem, that we have to think in data and not only about our perspectives. So that's great. That's great. Yeah, I think that was everything for that section that I thought like that, but it says that it's not like that. But I don't know our data because um um because I don't know how to say that in English, even in Spanish. But uh, going deeper in the data, we could know we could not we could not know the reality of that people. That's one point. But another point that is interesting, and I really and I really think that it's true. The book doesn't say that it was something that I may I cooked. I don't know. If there are not words, if I don't find the words to say, I will improvise. It's correct. Cooked a meme that someone is cooking something, someone is cooking an idea. So I'm going to cook. Let me cook. Okay. So so yeah, the book says that some people, not some people, that families where there is somebody who receives a social program, the entire family would, it's not waste, but would use the money with less to use the money in more important things as food. It is something interesting because what can we consider food, or how can we do the separation between essential food and luxury food? Because something that I know is that some people that are in my classroom, when they receive the the scholarship of the program, they use it with in restaurants, and it is considered as food. But another perspective is that, yeah, it's true that people use, it's plural, that people use that money on that things. But we can also say that that money now is not going to be used by their families to go out, for example, because that guy already have gone out with that money, and he have already eaten in restaurants without the family money. And I don't know if you are getting my point, but I'm going to suppose that you have got my point. So the thing is that I have to practice. I have to practice. I have to learn about this language that is really important for everything, for every opportunity on the world. It's important to understand and improve this language, and I'm going to improve it. Yeah, and I think that this is one of the most difficult things to do, is to explain your own ideas in English. I really think that, because you have to look for specific words that you don't usually do, you don't usually use, and I really think that it's really important to practice in this way. I have spoken la- um I have spoken 17 and 50 minutes now. I don't know if I'm going to upload this video. I will. I will upload it because I want to share you my progress. Okay. I let's record the following chapters in the next video, because there is no time here, and it's time for studying data now. So see you later, and thank you for watching. Another thing that I didn't say about this book is that it's important to dismiss, demystify, I don't know how to say it, but to stop believing that those myths, because those myths are a problem to solve problems. Because if we believe those myths, we cannot act in the real world. We would be acting in a world that are a myth. So we have to stop believing false myths, and we have to question ourselves. That's a really important thing that we have learned here. So I'm going to record the the next chapters later. It would be from here to here. I will show you how were the this is the first chapter, and this would be the second chapter. Okay, if you want to see it, nice. So it's in Spanish. It's not, yeah, I know that it's better if we practice with an English book. And I have one there. I don't have one. I have a lot of them, but I was really interested in this book, and here only have the notes, and the notes are not are not content per se. So there is no context to analyze here. There is only notes and references. So officially, I have finished this book, and I am going to explain you. I'm going to explain you about the following chapters like tomorrow. Yeah, I can do it tomorrow. Why not? If I don't forget. And there it's not there, but there is a book there that is about artificial intelligence, about super artificial intelligence, and why it is a problem. Maybe that would be the following book, because the next book, yeah, because and that book is in English, and there are other books that are in English, and I haven't read, and it will be an interesting exercise to read. So see you later, and I really want to improve my English, and see you.